Broadcasting live from the mixed-up world of Hyrule, this is the SpeedGaming Live 2020 Ocarina Time Randomizer Qualifiers. Sorry, I think I stepped on somebody else's intro. Hello, Master Link. How you doing?
I need to do an intro now that you've done such a great job. So, continue.
All right. Well, my name is Dr. Bobtastic, joined by Master Link on commentary, and we are bringing you the ninth, I think, qualifier of the SpeedGaming Live qualifier series. Once again, everything coming together for a massive event taking place in mid-November. Unfortunately, not in person due to current circumstances, but you know what? It's still going to be amazing.
That's correct. Our runners today are Master Alex and Cariosa. And tracking for us today are currently Prince Sidon and Mind of Me.
Yep. Hopefully we'll be joined by another tracker so we can give Mind of Me a little break. But we'll see.
That'd be good. So we'll be starting in just a minute here. As you can see, we're going to be starting with the Forest Medallion, which means that we're going to get a free song right off the bat as soon as someone goes to the Temple of Time. Doctor, do you want to explain what the requirements are for getting into Ganon's castle?
Sure. So for the settings they chose for the qualifiers here, we had so Ganon's castle can be entered if you have all three spiritual stones. That's the Kakiri Emerald, the Goron Ruby, and the Zora Sapphire. From a mechanical standpoint, those three stones are virtually indistinguishable. So I often forget which one is which. So we've got a bomb bag to start with. Heck, yeah, let's go.
That's pretty nice.
Sorry.
It looks like we got a heart container too in there.
And a lift.
Nice.
Anybody smelling Dodongo's Cavern yet? I am.
It's very strong, but yeah, so we got a heart there, and you know, Master Alex's tunic, it kind of looks like that guy from the beginning of Skyward Sword. Can't think of the character's name offhand, but you know which one I'm talking about with the yellow tunic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, so also, just throwing this out there, there's one more requirement for beating Ganon. We have placed into guaranteed location the Ganon's Castle boss key, which is on the light arrow cutscene.
Right, and as we know, that requires the Shadow and Spirit medallions. So at the very least, we have to have the three crystals, or the three stones, and the Shadow and Spirit medallions.
Yeah.
So we've got quite a bit of work cut out for us, I guess.
And the total number of required dungeons from your, say, standard weekly settings or whatnot like that is down by 1 for these seeds. That being said, you still may have to go into all the dungeons. You don't need what?
Well, first off the bat there, you know, Hyrule Grotto on Master Alex said. Something like a heart piece in Zora's River. I didn't see that hint. Those hints are so fast. It's hard to see them sometimes.
That's basically Frogs 2 is dead is the important thing you want to get out of that.
That's what I thought it was alluding to, as I know there is a hint for that.
Alright, so heading to the open grotto here.
And it's as if Karios is following a similar path, right behind Alex.
Alright, Gerudo Fortress, Way of the Hero. Now that is an interesting thing to find because, again, Gerudo Fortress does not include Gerudo Training Grounds. That's a separate area. So
that is a separate area. Gerudo Fortress is basically the chest on top, the partner you rescue inside that you get an item from. I don't know if they're doing vanilla Gerudo card from that or if that's shuffled in.
I believe it's just Gerudo.
And then it would be the archery, basically.
Yeah.
So it only covers a few checks, but it's still good to know.
checks we don't know about already would be just the 3 items, the chest and the 2 archery items.
Correct. Exactly.
All right, so it looks like both of our runners are going for early valley here, which, you know, I like the early valley play, especially especially in certain seeds where, you know, it doesn't work. But this chicken here is not my friend. I've more times than I care to count lost this chicken on the ledge, and I hate it.
Yeah, I do that pretty often.
Now, I would have been tempted to pick up that stick in hopes that it's a stick upgrade, not just a stick.
Yeah, if you don't have sticks, you lose your chicken there, you can't do a recoil bounce like that. That could be pretty annoying.
And that, I think that was just a red rupee up there, but Master Alex is going to go for it, and I think that's pretty good given the fact that we're about to head over to the Lake Hylia area and we might be doing some fishing. That is a stick upgrade.
Ooh.
Very nice.
That's
Tons
a nice
of sticks.
early find, yeah, you definitely want that.
We also see that Zora's River in general is foolish today, from that hint.
Zora's River is usually pretty foolish, but specifically today it is. So there are two common routes, I was going to say, that runners usually take. They usually go this southern route. We're about to see a hint here. Another
The
Zora's
same
River
hint.
Don't you just love that? So as I was about to say, they could either take the southern route, which they're taking now, or they go and do some songs. They go over to Kakariko, they go over to Lon Lon, they they go into Castle, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I've seen a bunch of different routes for that. There's the 3-song route where you stay child like almost as long as possible, trying to get all the songs.
Correct.
I've also seen what some people call the 5-song route, where you go adult real quick, grab the song in Kakariko Village along with everything there, do Mido skip to get to the forest song, and then go back to child to do 3-song route.
Right, that's certainly interesting. There's also possible song chains. For example, if you get Bolero, Minuet, or Requiem, potentially that could lead you to another song that leads you to another song. So we've also seen that sometimes.
And so we've got a bit of a deviation here between our two runners. Cariosa deciding not to do the child fishing, and Master Alex going for it, but luckily for Cariosa, it doesn't turn out to be anything important.
Not much of a loss at the moment, but it could turn out that Cariosa will do it again later. Okay, somebody had
okay. That is in the Wasteland chest for Ruto's letter. What?
Well, that's a very useful piece of information, actually.
Absolutely. So in order to do that, though, you're going to need some way of lighting those torches. And, of course, a way to get there.
It Looks like we're going to see some bowling. It's always good. Apparently you don't want that gold rupee. Okay.
Nah.
Bring you up to 99. No heart container either. Alright.
It's not
Slingshot.
really worth the time to sit there and play the game.
No, it's not worth it. So.
Unfortunately, with the shooting gallery, you actually do have to play the game to see what you win.
And if you're like me and you're terrible at aiming, you have to play it about 3 or 4 times. So we won't go there.
I think we've all been there before. Very nice shots for Cariosa. Only getting a piece of heart, but that is going to bring him up to 5.
Exactly. They also refill your health, so if you're down a couple hearts, always a good thing to pick up a heart piece.
Okay, Water Temple is foolish.
Kakariko, Way of the Hero. Zora Fountain, Way of the Hero. 2 Way of the Heroes for Zora.
Twice.
Yeah, that means there's a couple of items there, potentially.
Well, yeah.
And
if we found a third,
right?
If we found a third Zora's Fountain hint, we would know for sure there's at least 2 items there.
Yeah, it's basically only 3 items there anyway. The fairy, the ice heart piece, and underneath the ice. So.
Yeah.
And now
the point I'm making for anybody who hasn't done this before is there are duplicates of every hint in the pool.
40 skulls is dead. That's good. So for those who also haven't seen this before, there are skull rewards that you get at 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 skull token. Anything above that doesn't matter. And we just got a hint that 40 is nothing important. So they may still have to do 50. We haven't seen that hint yet, but usually it's not much of anything important. And we're about to see what Richard Little gives us.
But I will say, with Kakariko being Way of the Hero, I wouldn't be surprised to see people trying to collect up to, say, 10 or 20 skulls, because those can definitely be there and
Richard Little stole a Zora tunic. I don't know where he picked that up, but he dug it up from somewhere. And it looks like we've got a Pona's song on our forest medallion.
Alright, so that theoretically gets us access to the Wasteland chest if we can...
to Wasteland, it also gives us access to Gerudo Fortress, which we know is Way of the Hero. And technically G2G.
Alright, so the medallions, we've got Fire in Spirit, Water in Jabu,
Spirit and Shadow.
Shadow in DC.
Yeah. So DC and Shadow are the ones that we care about to get our later cutscene. Which means in order to get into Shadow, we're going to need Dins, we're going to need Magic. So we need quite a few things.
You need Nocturne of Shadow, of course.
Well, yeah, well, that's just a minor thing.
We already have the hover boots, so that helps.
Correct.
But you are going to need some amount of hookshot to beat that.
Correct. Also, a bow doesn't hurt for a check or two. And, of course, you're going to need ZL. So, quite a few things there.
And we have Shadow Temple, Way of the Hero, from a hint near the castle from Master Alex.
Spirit Medallion, that was a good question.
I believe you said it was Shadow?
That's correct, it was Shadow. Yeah. And Shadow Medallion was in Dagos, yeah.
So that means that the 3 dungeons that we absolutely have to beat for their stones are Deku Tree, Forest Temple, and words. Forgot how to words.
Water?
Water temple? Yeah.
Oh, God.
Gross.
That's a real fun one.
My brain wasn't letting me comprehend the horror.
So everyone feels the same way I do about water. It's like my least favorite dungeon, and everyone agrees. So, yay.
I mean, water got... So, I used to hate water so much. I still do, but I hate it
There's our
less. Okay, Zelda's Lullaby is
Vanilla
Day.
ZL, so that's pretty cool. That's probably one of the most used songs. That and SOS.
Yeah. The reason I hated water so much beforehand is because I started playing this before Quick Boots was a thing.
Yeah, I hear you.
And that was atrocious.
Yep, equip, unequip, play ZL about 3 million times. Although in actuality, you only need to play it about 3 times, but still.
Alright, Saria's song on the windmill, and that looked like a bottle with a Poe in it.
Any bottle's useful. Poe or not. Cred's side on saying he doesn't like Jabba. I like Jabba. Pretty quick.
Ooh. There's a scale, so that is one way of getting around water-wise. And another stick that Cariosa is just going to leave behind.
Gotta stick it to you somehow.
Yeah. I believe it was Kari that actually picked up the stick to begin with, or the stick upgrade. So there's really no reason to grab it now.
Exactly.
Master Alex is going to be checking the Tektite Grotto.
Just a heart piece. Somebody's heart fell into pieces there. Yep.
Just some bombs in the shield grave.
Bombs and shields go together for some reason. I don't know why.
Like you do.
It's just the heart piece in the graveyard crate. I'll call it.
So Alex is going to do a cuckoo game while Cariosa is going to be doing a race with Dompe. Both of them going to have timers on the screen. One of them is going to be counting up, the other one counting down.
Yes. Now, for those who don't know, there was a change in the latest version with Dompe. You only have to do the race once, and if you get it under a minute in the first time, you'll get both items. So, most runners can do it in about 45 to 50 seconds.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever gotten it that low, but I'm not good, so...
I average about 48. And Cariosa's on a very good pace, even after getting hit once by fire. That's a very good time. No complaints there. Another heart container. And we're about to see what we get from the corner here. Serenade. That's
I do like me some Serenade.
Serenade is what we call the poor man's prelude. Or
correct. As it is, you can use it to go to the owl, which will take you to
exactly
front. Which of course, you expect to have to do some amount of work to get to the castle as a child. Otherwise, if you don't have Prelude or Serenade, it's just going to take you a hot minute to get there every single time. Alright, Cariosa is running up Death Mountain, and with that bomb bag in hand, I cannot imagine any scenario in which we don't full clear DC right now.
Mm-hmm. Plus strength, in case you want to pick up a few bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little hint check. Somebody had a Deku stick.
That was 50 skulls dead.
Alright, so 40's dead, 50's dead. So at the very least, we know we don't need to go beyond 30.
Yeah.
Getting 20 or 30 skulls is pretty easy, actually.
Yeah, speaking of skulls, getting Dodongo's Cavern is actually a reasonable place to get some skulls.
That's correct.
If you had the hook shot, it'd be a little easier on some of these, but...
And of course, you don't want to spend 2 minutes pushing a statue just to get one skull, so...
Right.
I'd imagine we're not going to go for that particular skull. But there's still a couple you can pick up along the way.
Now that being said, Master Alex is going for Deku Tree, which is another dungeon that's going to be required today.
Another Gerudo
You see the second
Fortress
Gerudo
hint.
Fortress hint.
Yeah. Now you usually, if you see a Way of the Hero in a place that only has 2 or 3 checks, that's actually a little bit easier than seeing, for example, a Way of the Hero on Gerudo's Training Grounds, for example, or well. Because there's a lot less things it could be. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then, of course, it just turns out that all 3 items are good, and you're just like, well, what was I supposed to get?
Alright, so we're going to see a simultaneous Deku and a simultaneous Dodongos. That's pretty good.
It never occurred to me to just hold the bomb over your head to blow that thing up. I always try to just toss it and not take damage.
Toss it. Or use a chew, if I have it.
Yeah, but... See, this is what you get from watching people who, play this a reasonable amount of times. And know what they're doing.
Ooh,
hey.
Double defense. Yay.
Yes, please.
We got the double Ds already.
I will take that all day, every day. I don't even care. Right. Master Alex getting a refill,
and there's
and
Flora's Wind. Yay.
Nice.
Very helpful in a place like the Forest Temple, for example.
Oh, yeah.
Or Fire. Even Spirit. Some places.
It's also very nice to, say, leave at Jabu if you have to go turn in Ruto's letter but don't have the boomerang.
Do you want to try that again?
So, like, if you have Ruto's letter, you want to turn it in, but you don't have the boomerang, but you want to be able to go back to Jabu, you could drop Ferori's Wind there.
Yeah, but you get to Jabu before turning in Ruto's letter.
No.
I said, do you want to try that again?
No, what I mean, like, you're, I don't need words. Apparently, there was another scale that we missed while things were going on.
Really? They've already got gold scale? Okay.
Well, Alex has one of them and Cariosa has the other.
Okay. I'll go with that. Light arrows in the Dongos. Alright.
Well, that's one little...
That's our Way of the Hero. Right? Right.
No.
Light arrows can't be a Way of the Hero?
Yeah, light arrows will never be a hinted Way of the Hero because
okay.
of a recent update. But
well, what else did we get in the Dodongo?
I mean, did we get it to Dodongo's Way of the Hero? Because I don't think we did.
I thought we did, but maybe I'm confusing it with something else.
I think we got Shadow, Zora's Fountain, Kakariko Village, and Gerudo Fortress.
Maybe I'm confusing it with the Zora's Fountain or something. So many of them.
Yeah, there's only going to be 5 different ones at most.
Still a useful item nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. All right, Master Alex going for some broken stick Goma strats.
Yes.
If you are a brand new player to this and you've never played this before, one thing I would recommend learning to really bring down your times is how to fight bosses effectively, like this. Because without knowing the strats for bosses can drag on for minutes, tons of time. But the quick strats are usually real quick.
Well, I guess one of the most important things to learn is the crouch stab after doing a jump slash.
Mm-hmm.
That gives you 4 damage. So, you know, that's pretty useful.
Cariosa is making a calculated use of their bombs here. Skull Mask yields a Hylian shield.
I have a feeling we're not going to be seeing anyone doing that.
Yeah, seems reasonable. Yeah, ground jump's also pretty nice, especially for skipping the basement and Deku Tree and a bunch of other nice little applications. It's very true.
Alright, we're about to see our Ocarina song game. Name that tune. And to be honest with you, it doesn't look like any tune I've ever seen.
It would be. And it's the tune that gets you bombs, is what it is.
Yay.
You sound so very excited.
When you have a bunch of bombs and you get more, it's very exciting.
Alright, Cariosa has found the Nocturne of Shadow, which is also extremely important for this seed.
Exactly.
So, taking stock of the entire situation, we know we have to beat Deku Tree, which is easy peasy, get it done. We had to beat Dodongo's Cavern, which we already did. We have to beat Shadow Temple, we have to beat Water Temple, we have to beat Forest Temple. So, for Forest Temple, we're going to need a bow, and we're going to need a hook shot. For Water Temple, we're going to need the other hook shot.
And iron.
And iron boots, or, I mean, you could potentially get through it with just gold scale.
You can get through a gold scale, you have to do a couple of checks, but you have to hope that your boss key is on an early check.
Yeah, it's not in logic to do.
Right.
Put it that
and you
way.
also cannot do the hammer jump there because we're not allowing glitches. So.
Right. You can do glitchless jumps. Interesting. That is the prescription in the Wolfos Grotto there.
Right, and that is part of the Big Goron wonderful, lovely trading quests, which takes forever.
Yep.
There is a hint somewhere that will tell you what Big Goron's item is, so that may never come into play.
Yeah, and the prescription, I believe, is the earliest, or the earliest in the chain that is allowed in these settings.
Right.
So, and unfortunately, that does require you to go unfreeze King Zora as an adult to get that done.
Get the prescription, get the eyeball, get the eye drops. So it's like, 4 steps away from the end, but still.
There's the first duplicate Kakariko Village hint.
Correct.
Speaking of glitchless jumps, Kariosa is about to jump on top of the maze here. Death Mountain
Crater, Way of the Hero. Yay. Death Mountain Trail, foolish. Yay.
So interestingly enough, it appears we have only one Way of the Hero dungeon, which you can have up to 2 in the 5 hints. So that's it's kind of a rare occurrence. Right,
and I'm thinking that given the requirements for the seed, or Way of the Hero in Crater was Nocturne, right?
Oh yeah, the Crater Way of the Hero is more than likely the Nocturne of Shadow.
Yep, exactly. Another skull hint, dead. It was either 50 or 40, but we already saw that.
Now, I believe that was the song of the Sun Song, right? Sun Song at the forest check, the minuet check. The Child Meadow was Prelude. I did notice that. Kariosa is playing the Sun Song to make it nighttime here, but I don't think that gives you access to Dompe.
No, it's just to get into the grave, because you can't get into the graves during the day.
Right. Yeah, to get access to Dompe, you'd have to leave town, play it outside, and then come back in.
Even then, you still wouldn't get Dompe because it puts you at midnight. And I think Dompe's at 6.
I mean, outside of town, like in the world. If you're in the world, it takes you to 6 p.m.
Right,
it takes you to 6 p.m.
Yes, it will. Because it'll take a couple of seconds for it to change over.
Ladies and gentlemen, ice traps.
Yes, nice strategy.
Alright, so Master Alex picking up opponent's song.
Yep. Wow. Same time.
Look, sometimes we're just in each other's heads. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Must be an important opponent's song if 2 commentators say it at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we said, we know that Ruto's letter is at
Wasteland.
The Wasteland, and that could... opponent's song could lead you there pretty quick. We would, of course, need magic and either bow and fire arrows or dense fire.
Correct. Or a couple of pieces of flint. Oh wait, that's a different thing. Sorry.
Yeah. Fire sources are much easier to come by in that game.
Yes, they are.
But hover boots are harder to find. You don't need hover boots.
Yeah, but you got Rivali's Gale. So what do you need? Yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, submitted for your approval, Kariosa is doing chickens less than an hour into the match. What a play.
Well, Kariosa's a little cuckoo. Cuckoo for chicken pops. Yeah. And in the meantime, Alex is checking the Radar Grotto.
I believe Cariosa got this earlier, but I could be making that up.
I think you are, because it's a big Goron sword.
Wow. I know Cariosa was in town as adult at one point.
And after all that, it's going to be an ice trap, right?
That is how it works.
I saw it on a seed once.
Oh!
It's Din's fire.
Snap! Chickens
Okay.
required, folks. We have a chicken seed. This is not a drill.
Chicken seed. Yeah. I don't know. There's something kind of cuckoo about that.
I know we had Kakariko Way of the Hero. I don't remember there being a chicken hint.
That's where the other scale is. Okay. There we go. It was Andrew.
Oh, and that's the other stick upgrade.
Ooh. That's pretty sticky. Okay.
Apparently there was a chicken hint. So I'm dumb, and I got excited for no reason.
And Master Alex getting Swarios.
Yeah, so luckily for Cariosa, when he heads back to the Lost Woods, he'll be able to take care of the Skull Kid check as well. If that's Aria's song.
Would be correct. 2 checks that opens up, of course, down from the Darunia.
Master Alex is going to go ahead and pick up that Poe in a bottle.
Question is it a big Poe or a little Poe?
Yeah, it's a little one. The big one is going to be yellow.
Okay.
So, interesting thing about a big Poe bottle is if you find a big Poe in a bottle, that actually puts the big Poe check in logic, because you cannot get rid of the big Poe any other way than turning it in.
We're going to say a song here, but of course, without magic. And Alex doesn't have Dins either.
Is there like a command for the tournament or something? For the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Zooter thing? For SpeedGaming Live? I don't know.
A command? To do
like
what?
For chat. Someone was asking if there was anywhere that showed what the settings are.
I don't think so.
Hey, there it is. Very nice.
It's not really showing settings though. And there's our Song of Storms.
Yes.
Which of course gives us logical access to Well. And a couple of other checks.
That's a deep subject.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Yep, I'm not proud of it. But yeah, the the well is usually a pretty good place to get items. I haven't really seen many seeds with early storms access that didn't have something useful in the well, even if it wasn't necessary.
Correct. I mean, you've got about 12 or 13 checks in there. Of course, 3 of those are keys, but still, it's a decent amount. I think you end up with something like 11 potential items.
Nah, dude, it's the one in the corner. There you go.
They all look the same, though.
Yeah, that's where the scale I missed was.
Alright, so it was Andrew and Talon that had our scales today. Where they got the scales, I don't know, but they have them.
More... So... Revenge of the Chickens, I guess.
Dinosphere is raiding with a party of 14. Thanks for raiding Dinosphere.
Thanks, Jin. Alright, Cariosa picking up the Serenade of Water. So, getting Poor Man's Prelude before Rich Man's Prelude here in a second.
Yep.
So yeah, what I expect here is for Cariosa to go ahead and clear out, or go through here, basically save and quit back to for the forest and go and clear Deku Tree. And then after clearing Deku Tree, probably head to the woods to do some checks there. And that will basically, you know, even things up in terms of checks with Master Alex.
Alright, well, we still haven't seen either runner do yet is any of the Zora stuff, so...
Yeah, so with Zora's Fountain Way of the Hero, you can... And with our runners both knowing where Ruto's letter is, you can bet they're going to want to get that pretty quick.
Right. They, of course, still need magic. Somewhere. Yeah. Maybe it's in the well. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm calling it now.
Magic soon.
Magic in the well. That's
all
my
right.
prediction.
I think magic is on horseback archery.
Okay, you don't know how many times I've seen magic in the well. At least 2 out of 5 scenes.
Or no, not horseback archery. Just the chest that's on top of Gerudo Fortress.
Ooh, now there's an interesting thought.
Which would be obnoxious because you would want to get magic before heading that direction, knowing you want Ruto's letter.
Yep.
And welcome all you coming in from SpeedGaming 4. Hope you had a good time with that. Here, we are watching one of the qualifying matches for the SpeedGaming Live 2020 Ocarina of Time Randomizer tournament, one of the main 3 tournaments in that event. We got Master Alex and Cariosa on stream for you right now. And we know quite a few things about this seed so far, so who knows what we'll find.
And at the moment, our runners are sort of just retracing each other's steps. So we have commentators' knowledge of what's going on right now.
Alright, Master Alex will be heading through the top of Dodongo's cavern. Getting a quick 20 rupees there. And a Skulltula. Interestingly enough, we've actually found all 3 magic spells and no magic to use them with.
Yes, we have. And Narrows, of course, is one of those spells. I don't think I've ever used it in Randomizer, anyway.
Let's see. I have used it once for a required thing in Scrub Sanity.
What could it possibly be required for?
It was so that you could get to the scrubs across the fire pit in Goron City.
Oh, okay. So I assume you wouldn't have had hovers or...
Correct. None of
Goron
those items
tunic.
were available, yeah.
I see.
In fact, I think one of those was in there, so...
Oh, there you have it.
Also, it's super useful if you're doing Oko.
Yeah. Definitely.
Just throwing that out there.
Not sure how many skulls our runners are at by now, but I would imagine they each have at least about 10 by now.
Looked like Master Alex had 5 when I saw the when they picked up the 1.
Okay. Then I guess Carrie also picked up a bunch more. I remember the first time I played Randomizer, and I'm like, oh, you could do the dongos as adult?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as somebody told me that, I was like... Or basically when they told me, hey, just do Dodongos as adult, it's way better and way easier. I was like, really?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, you literally
skip entire
I know.
chunks of the dungeon.
I know, you skip about 2/3 of it.
And
Literally.
both mini-bosses.
Exactly. Noah's Alphos.
Don't have to deal with those guys
good
until
fight on
GTG.
Karios' side there with Goma. Solid.
And Master Alex also finding the light arrows, once again, a strict requirement for any seed.
The one thing about light arrows is they don't weigh very much.
That is true.
So,
It's right there in the name.
unlike the iron boots, that weigh a lot. So how does Link carry all this stuff around? Makes you wonder.
It has a hat of holding.
And Alex taking King Dodongo down. Call King Dodongo the pushover boss.
Looks like I didn't notice this earlier, but there was a hint about the toilet room and it not having anything important, so...
That's good to know.
Yeah, nobody wants to go to the toilet room.
No.
And Skull Kid turning out to not be important either. No real surprises there.
Nope.
Cariosa is using the Sun Song as a warp song to get back to the front of the Lost Woods. Slightly faster than walking the other way.
True. Not a bad use of the Sun Song.
And the...
and we have the Song of Storms here.
Yep.
On the Ocarina game. Better than the other song.
Aww.
Oh, not anymore.
That is She Blinded Me with Science.
Actually, it's half Song of Storms, half ZL. We'll call it Zelda's Storm Roller.
Zelda's Rain Dance. I don't know. And Link the Goron always is a jerk.
Of course.
Speaking of Gorons, we got simultaneous trans-dimensional Goron.
And there is a battle.
Alright, well that makes up for the bottle that Kariosa did not pick up in Kakariko Village.
Yes, bottles in this game have many uses.
Oh, we are gonna get some Darunia dance. Unfortunately, it's not gonna actually dance for us.
No, I kind of missed that cutscene. That was one I wish they could leave in. Get rid of the witches at the end of Spirit. Yeah. That was also a fun one.
And now we will be seeing some Goron pottery. Known in some
One thing
circles
the
as Prince
Gorons
Pot.
know how to do well, it's pottery.
I mean, they're intimately familiar with rocks and stones. You gotta figure something's going on there.
Exactly. They're the geologists of Hyrule.
That might have come in late. Nope, looks fine.
Yep.
And it's
Good heart
basically
refill.
useless.
Exactly. But those heart refills are so useful. 30 is dead, looks like.
Oh,
There's
that was
another
so
boat.
good. It was painful. Engine
Yeah.
Rider. My goodness. Those of you not watching on Twitch, when it comes to working with rocks, no one's bolder than the Gorons.
Oh god.
Alright, bomb bag upgrade from the Death Mountain Summit Ferry. We're going to see another hint. Water Temple Foolish. We did see that already. Which, to be fair, is really nice to know. At least you know you won't have to go into water until you can beat it.
Correct. Or swim in it. One or the other. Kariosa forgetting how to play Prelude there, for example, for a minute.
Look, songs are the true final boss of the game.
Alright, you have Sarias. Why are you doing a Mido strip?
I don't know.
Faster to play Sarias, actually.
I mean, sometimes you do it just for practice. The thing is, he's coming in at too steep an angle.
Yeah, he's got the wrong angle. Definitely, that's the problem.
He needs to turn left quite a bit.
Yeah, he has to be further left. Definitely.
Like, you basically want to be staring at the top of
He
the
has,
little
he has to be
platform
further
over there.
left and up now. Or
Wait, when did he get a bow?
He doesn't have a bow. He just equipped the light arrows. I think if
When
you
does it do that?
I think it's a glitch. I think if you equip an arrow without the bow, you don't actually have the bow. You can't actually fire it, but it puts
Right.
something in the slot. So,
Huh.
yeah.
Well, I learned something today.
Yeah.
Alright. Alex getting the Sun Song. Once again, we know there's nothing super relevant behind that. Now, if Alex had the hook shot, he could go into the good old forest temple here, but I wouldn't really want to go in there without a bow either, to be honest.
Yeah. Unless we have a vanilla bow situation, which is always a possibility.
I believe the proper term for that is gross.
It's something we wouldn't want to see, because it would be quite a while before our runners would do that. Needing a hook shot first, of course. Looks like we're about to see some lab diving on Cariosa's side.
Oh, yeah. Can do this legit.
Oh, yeah.
Those of you who don't know, there is a way to do that with just the iron boots and a hook shot, but
There
today
sure
we
is.
just got this. Today we just got both scales, and it just works.
Yep.
Cariosa is breaking out Epona, so it looks like Gerudo Fortress.
Brutal Fortress check? Yeah, I'd imagine. No sense in doing anything with Wasteland yet.
Yeah, it is a little unfortunate to not have a hook shot or a bow before heading over there.
Still, with it being away of the hero, I guess you have to at least attempt it. You've got nothing else to do.
Yeah. So one thing this seed might have wanted you to do is go buy beans and use them to get things in Lake Hylia that way. And of course, we know that Zora's River is otherwise foolish, so
Yep.
that's kind of a pain. And then, of course, the well is wide open for the taking.
That is true. And I still think we might find some magic down there. You'd be surprised how often I find magic in the well. It's just seems to be a pretty common occurrence lately. And then another stick. But that's just a stick.
Cariosa is going to have to beat the Gerudo guard here, sort of legit strats.
That's right, no hook shot.
Meanwhile, Master Alex is going for backflip strats to get to the hammerlock chest.
He's flipping too soon. There you go. Now you got it.
Cariosa does it very nicely, taking down the Gerudo guard. I need to learn that backflip trick.
Now we'll get to see what the chest is on top. That's the only thing we can do here right now.
So I take it you know something about that backflip trick there. Was there any significance to the side hopping he was doing beforehand?
Actually, don't really know that trick. I usually don't do that until I have a hook shot.
Okay.
I love the candle trick. I usually just use the big Goron sword and do a couple of jump slashes when I'm doing it if I don't have hook shot. But I'll have to watch the VOD of it again and see if I missed anything.
Aww. I really wanted that to be magic. Oh.
Or a vanilla hook shot. Alright, looks like we're going to see some of GTD. Not much you can do in here without a bow or a hook shot, but I guess hovers you can do a little bit.
And it is allowed to do what's called the hookshotless GTG thing. But you're allowed to clip through the firewalls. So we'll be able to go to the back area a little bit, but not much.
I mean, you don't have the Song of Time, so not much you can do in that room.
Right.
You don't need toilets, so no sense in doing the rupees.
So over here we got Stalfo's room, and then we can do the trick in the next room to get through it. That involves getting purposely grabbed by the wall master. And welcome to everybody coming in from our friends over at the SpeedGaming Francais channel. And I am straight up garbage at pronouncing French words, so
me too.
My apologies on that one.
Alright, and we're done with GTG for the moment.
Yeah.
Not sure what Karios is doing here.
Well, at the
unless he's going to
least,
go over to Colossus, maybe.
Yeah, could go to Colossus, get a song that way.
That's true. There's no sense in going and doing Wasteland check yet. You can't. I mean, you can get a skull, I guess, but what would be the point of that?
But yeah, I mean, for all you know, the song over here could be Requiem and make it easier to get back over here.
Could be.
In fact, we've seen a lot of songs already, and none of them are Requiem, so that just kind of increases the probability.
Yep. Exactly.
The other day I learned...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, the other day I learned how to cross that quicksand without the hover boots, and I was like,
oh,
wow, that's ridiculous.
It involves some kind of backwalking and a flip on the corner or something? How exactly does that work?
Yeah, basically you kind of go around the side and backwalk and then side hop and make sure that you don't actually land in it. And you kind of jump around the edges.
I suppose that would be useful, like having a safe state right there and then just practicing that over and over.
Now, speaking of sequence breaking, Karios are doing a masterful job of this lensless wasteland. Meanwhile, Master Alex is basically in the same spot.
Yep.
Karios was a minute ago. Now, I think Master Alex might be tempted to try to go a little further, because at least Master Alex can use their shield and do a ground jump in the back to get further along. There's still not a ton of things you can get.
No.
You can get the Wolfos room, and you can get the Hammer room. That's it. couldn't quite tell what that was on the arch up there.
No, you have to look at it from the hand. You really see it, or a different angle.
It kind of looked like just a piece of heart, but don't hold me to it.
I think you could see it from here, from the hint stone area, if you get a really good angle. But, let's see what our song is.
It is the Song of Time.
That's correct. Well, that would allow us to get a little further in GTG. Actually.
Yeah. I don't know if Karios is going to walk all the way back there right now, though.
No, just to do a couple of right side checks. I don't know. Nope. Prelude back to child, I guess.
I imagine both of our runners are probably making the quickest beeline possible for the well here.
That makes sense, given the number of checks.
Yeah, I think Master Alex is going to do the Hyrule Castle Ferry, Din's Ferry, before doing so.
Yep, Karios is playing Nocturne. Or not. Karios have changed their mind.
I like this play by Master Alex, changing the time to the 6 p.m. time here, possibly in hopes of checking Dampe. Yo, that's a mirror
shield. Okay.
That, I mean, it could be important.
Could be.
I mean, you don't strictly need the
no, we don't need the medallion.
Fire medallion, but there could always be something, required at those locations within the dungeon.
Correct.
And again, Kariosa getting the same item.
Well, it's not the same mirror shield. It's a clone, but yeah.
Fair enough. Master Alex getting that sweet, sweet ice trap.
Alright, let's see what Pompey has for us today. Just a vanilla heart piece. Yay.
The envy of every 100% runner out there.
Yes.
First try Dampe.
Oh, yes. That's another thing Randomizer made really nice. Oh, I don't have to dig Dampe 47 times. Hooray!
Alright, Kariosa picks up the Zora Tunic.
Yeah.
And will also be picking up basically all the things that Master Alex just did. And head toward the well. So yeah, once again, both runners converging on roughly the same area, same location, same time. As this seed does appear to be bottlenecking at the well. Oh right, Master Alex still needs the chickens.
Ah.
So Master Alex is going to do chickens to get that Din's Fire taken care of.
Makes sense. And it looks like Karios is picking up some skulls.
That's the 8th skull, so should be a couple more pretty quick here.
Yep, at least we'll get one skull check out of the way. Could be something useful. Of course, we can't get the one on the ladder with our current equipment, but that's fine.
Yo!
Oh, magic! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wow.
Ooh,
That is a huge
I'd be tempted
fight.
to bail. Like knowing that Ruto's letter is where it is and having to get it. I would be tempted.
I don't know. Wells still has a ton of checks. I guess while you're here, you might as well get it out of the way.
Yeah, I guess so.
But that is a huge fight. That opens up also the grave check. Now that we have Dins and magic. Which would be sort of a grave thing to do. Psh, bad joke.
It's like I've been telling dad jokes since I was 5. I don't get the idea.
It's amazing once you start playing Randomizer how much you discover that nuts are a great weapon to have.
Oh yeah. Deku nuts are like not even joking, the best item in the game.
They are, and when you play casually, when I was playing casually as a kid, I was like, oh, what am I ever gonna need these things for? All I do is stun enemies, you know? It's like...
And
ooh,
there's
it's a
Greg.
valid seed, yay! Okay. Well, that's more cake than you'll ever need. That's more ice traps than we'll ever need.
True facts. So 2 ice traps in here so far. Seems good. Alright, heart piece in the coffin, so we're just moving right along.
And at this point, Alex and Cariosa are pretty much neck and neck, with Cariosa having the magic advantage, of course, at the moment.
I imagine Master Alex will probably want to do the 10 skulls check before leaving town as well. Pretty sure Alex is on at least 6, and so can pick up 4 more in town pretty easily.
Exactly. Easy. Now we're going to see what DH has for us today.
Everybody's favorite comedy duo, Dead Hand and Steve. There's Steve. And there's Dead Hand. He's just a barrel of laughs, ain't he?
Yeah, he's a real clown. Ooh, that was bad.
Not gonna lie, kind of looks like a clown.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And is equally terrifying. See, now I'm just thinking of the Great Fairy Cackle. Alright, so... yeah, the well's turning up pretty empty right now. It's not over.
It's my imagination or Cariosa forget a chest there.
No, I think both of them went in for the Cariosa opened the invisible chest first.
Oh, okay. I missed that. I thought.
Yeah.
Forgot about the
That's
invisible one.
the chest that I and so many other people have ended up calling Steve for no reason.
Right.
And rip Deku Shield. And the ice arrows, which again, not required for anything. Unless you're one of those bongo purists. And this chest is the only reason I keep track of how many keys I have in the dungeon. And the well just turning up Garbo. I bet Master Alex is going to be real confused. Cariosa, knowing that the Skulltula Chex has that magic, is going to be slightly less confused. Alright, Cariosa playing Nocturne here. Looks like they might be wanting to go into Shadow Temple here. Shadow Temple is Way of the Hero. It is required. We also have the necessary implements to get through about half of it. And we have Ferrari's Wind, which will let us resume it should we have to leave. So I like this play. I like the play. And of course, you could just find the hookshot in here, what with it being Way of the Hero and all.
And of course, being about an hour and 15 minutes into the seed, I'd say we're making pretty good progress, actually.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is unfortunate, not having any sort of ranged weapon to fight these keys.
Not impossible, it just takes a while.
If you had some Deku Nuts, you could throw one and knock it down.
Right. And it looks like we're about to see some Zora checks on Alex's side here. You know Zora River is barren, but, you know, still.
He's going to buy beans.
Yep, definitely. It's not, if you have a full wallet, not a bad thing to spend some rupees on.
Unfortunately, Master Alex, it looks like, did not go for the skull check in Kakariko, so...
Nope.
Master Alex is trying to take care of a few more child checks here.
It would appear so. Early boss key. Not that we can do anything with that just yet, but...
Yeah, good point made in the chat in that it's not just the hookshot that you need to beat this dungeon, though the hookshot would grant you a little more progress than not having it. Ariosa showing off the tech to check the spinner without having to have the lens. You just check each one that can possibly be it, and for those of you who don't know, it cannot be one of the first two on either the left or right. Or it cannot be the first one on the left or right. So it's always one of the three in the back. And this is why this room is in logic without the hookshot. As you can use the hover boots to roll over there and grab that ledge. And you're guaranteed to have the hover boots when you get here.
Yeah, you can use the hover boots to do quite a bit, actually. That you would normally want to use other items for, so hovers are definitely a very handy thing to have. And Alex getting his recovery heart. Deciding not to take it.
Alright,
there is a small key. Which, of course, logically that had to be a small key. So.
Yep. So yeah, we're definitely expecting some sort of progression here in Shadow Temple, what with it being Way of the Hero, but we're also expecting, like, I wouldn't expect necessarily to be able to beat this dungeon all at once here.
Yeah.
That's why, but the fact that they have Ferroy's Wind is, or that Cariosa has Ferroy's Wind is the real reason that I'd be comfortable with making this play.
They both picked up FW, it's just that Alex doesn't have magic yet, so not very good without magic.
Yes, Ruto's letter was hinted at the Wasteland chest. Right, Master Alex is slowly building up that Skulltula total. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to 10 so that they can get the magic.
Another small key. And there's our hammer! Woohoo!
Oh, gross.
Does that put Fire Temple in logic now? Wonder.
I do not want that to be Way of the Hero if I am.
No, I don't.
Either of these runners.
With Shadow being Way of the Hero and getting a hammer, that's pushing us towards fire, unfortunately. I don't like that.
It could be Valley Rocks. It could be Crater Fairy.
We'll have to see what else is in Shadow, if anything.
Yeah, if I'm these runners, I'm hoping to find something else Way of the Hero. It's like, how about no? Crunch.
You're not supposed to run under 20-ton things with spikes. You know that?
Unless you could backflip through them
Right.
like that.
I have a hard enough time doing push-ups, let alone backflips.
Oh man. You have no idea. Alright. Well, there's our remaining foolish hint of Death Mountain Trail. Thanks a lot, game.
Actually, we saw that a little earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, Master Alex going for the, shall we say, fast domain strats here. Now with only 30 seconds to grab all of these rupees.
It's a pretty terrible layout, too, in the rupees. Come on, come on, come on! Did it.
Nice.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Cariosa finishing off what we can of Shadow.
Choo-choo! Choo-choo! Alright, we got some shoes. I would expect to see Cariosa rush, do Valley Rocks, and then do Get Riddo's Ladder. You know, before doing Fire. That's just my opinion. Oh yeah, there's also this fairy fountain check. It's another one we forgot about. Hammer opens. And Alex about to get magic. I think Cariosa might be doing an upper fairy check after this on DMT, although we did get the DMT hint of it being foolish, which covers that fairy as well, so maybe not. Guess Cariosa didn't see the DMT foolish hint. Get that check anyway. And that looked like a wallet upgrade. Very foolish bomb bag. I guess that's what it was. Wallets, the bomb bags, they look very much alike. So. I thought that the foolish covered that theory, but it is possible that maybe in a separate hint. I don't know. Side on the bomb bag in that fairy technically wasn't bomb locked because of the hammer. So.
All right. Looks like we're going.
Technically, you needed bombs to get to that hammer. So yeah. So we found the bow.
Aha.
That was on Fairy and Crater. And Alex is doing what can be done in Shadow now.
Alright, so maybe that'll give them the reprieve from having to go into Fire Temple.
Right, that's what I was thinking. You don't do fire unless you have to.
I think we did see something about Fire Temple earlier with the Pierre key or something, but that's about it.
Alright, so we're going to see Archery here. Those are our only options left for Way of the Hero here in Fortress.
Master Alex getting the first position for the spinner of truth.
Well, that's not enough. You need 1,500.
Well, you need that for the second one.
I know that. I'm just making a joke.
Looks like we're going to need that.
Yep. I hate that you have to get back on the horse just to talk to the horse. That's so stupid. In the next version, that should be a quality of life improvement.
Cariosa taking it a little slower, trying to make sure you get the required amount, and there you go.
That's over 1,500. And what do we get? We get a hook shot. Alright, there's our forest access.
And looks like Cariosa is going to take the horse down. We know we're going to need to get that Ruto's letter. Yes, and with that hook shot and bow in hand, it might be interesting to go into GTG again. But Cariosa is not doing that.
Right. We have everything we need now to full clear forest. Now we're going to have to do that at some point.
And I guess Shadow as well.
Suppose so. Technically.
I mean, isn't long shot the only thing left that we need?
Let's see here. Long shot for water. Full clear shadow, full clear. There's Ritos.
Oh yeah, iron boots might be a thing.
Correct.
Yeah. There are actually quite a few chests in water you can reach without them if you got gold scale, but the logic would want you to have the iron boots. So it's very possible that our remaining Way of the Hero in Zora's Fountain is just bait for those boots.
And of course, you do need the iron boots to get the item at the bottom of Zora's Fountain. So that's our Way of the Hero item. Irons have to be somewhere else, but we'll see.
Yeah, Central Pillar is a hard requirement. I personally don't know how to get the dragon chest without it. That's a thing I've never been taught. Everything else I could potentially do without the gold scale. I mean, without the boots. Words are hard.
Should just all speak in numbers. 1, 5, 3, 17, 2, 4. Would be easier to understand each other, right?
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
Alright, weep time. There's your one weep. And now Cariosa is just making a direct play for the fountain here, hoping to not have to come back as adult.
Mm-hmm. Now we got our fairy chip. See what it's gonna be. Well, that
And
certainly wasn't it. The
So
Way of the
now
Hero recovery heart.
now we can probably expect Cariosa to
Go
head
adult.
there as adult.
Oh yeah. It's a bit of a trek to get back there.
I don't know for certain what is on the Ocarina of Time or Burning Cack.
Now we
I believe because Bridges medallions, Ocarina of Time is no longer a required hint.
I mean, whatever it is, I don't think we need it at this point, so... At least that's a good thing.
Unlikely. Like, the only song we have left that we could need would be Requiem if there's something on Child Spirit.
Correct. And even then, we could still do about half of Child side as adult if we had to. So...
And Master Alex picking up a Goron tunic off of the top of the lab there.
And we're about to see adult archery in CAC. Fire arrows. Okay.
All right, all three
Oh.
magical arrows, all three magical
Spells.
spells. There we go.
I know, words are hard.
All right, so Cariosa will be heading up to the Death Mountain area as we expect this to be a play toward Zora's Fountain.
Right, correct. You go to Goron City, then to Lost Woods, take a dive. It's a little bit faster than doing it another way.
So Master Alex is headed back to Gerudo Fortress. Unfortunate for Master Alex that he has not checked the ferry in Gerudo or in Death Mountain Crater yet.
Correct. So he's kind of bowless. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, of course. Cariosa is going to go for Forest here to finish that off. There's no reason not
okay.
to.
Yeah, I get it.
While we're at it.
Right.
I mean, basically, Forest is not going to get any faster. You know what I mean?
Nope. Exactly. Got to do it one way or another, so you might as well get it out of the way.
If it happens to contain the long shot by some long shot, then
that would be a long shot.
It would.
Yeah. And that fire arrow that we just picked up a little earlier, that'll make that one room with the frozen ice switch a little quicker.
What I find hilarious about that room is you can activate that ice switch with Din's fire.
I know.
Like it doesn't care that you hit the switch.
With
it
an
just cares
arrow.
that the ice
Exactly.
melts.
Right. That is pretty funny.
All right, Cariosa gonna go ahead and pick up some skulls while we're at it. Did we see the 30 skulls hint at any point?
I think we did. I think it was nothing short.
Okay. So 20 will be the maximum that they will ever check.
Correct. And Alex getting Rudos. See if Alex goes and does his Zora's Fountain check now, while Carios is in Forest. It's like Alex is heading over to Lost and stuff.
Alright, Stolfo's down. Another chest for Cariosa. Cariosa refilling the Deku Nut supply there with a generous drop from that Deku Baba. And we continue with the dungeon. As we know, Forest Temple is a very, very linear dungeon with very little that can be done to speed it up. You can speed it up a little with Ferora's Wind here, but I kind of expect Cariosa is not going to want to lose the portal in Shadow.
Right. I think it saves you all of about 28 seconds if you use FW there. So,
Yeah, whereas saving that portal in Shadows
Shadow is worth a lot
significantly more time.
Exactly. You're pretty key heavy so far.
Yep. As some of us may know, and some of us who are watching this for the first time may not, there are 5 total small keys
Correct.
in Forest Temple, as well as a boss key. And every single one of them is going to be required.
That is correct.
Alright, so Master Alex will now be taking that Ruto's letter off to Zora. Them weep and all weeps.
And of course, on Karios' side, we got the wonderful block pushing that everyone loves so much in this game. That would be our bow number 2, right there.
Shoutouts to Bow Locked Bows.
Bow lock bows, yay. What more do you want? I mean, what is a seed without a bow lock bow or a bomb lock bomb?
Or both. Alright, so Karios using the hover boots to get to the Floor Master chest. Much faster than doing the whole fall down, back around, all the way back up sort of thing. We will still have to twist the hallway so that we can pick up the boss key chest, but we'll untwist it immediately. Ah, so there's the burning cack hint. I just now saw it. The burning cack is in fact minuet, so no requirements there.
Yep.
We'll get to see what's in the boss key chest over here. Master Alex is going to go ahead and set up...
It's a boss key in the boss key chest. Go ahead.
Master Alex is going to set up Ferora's Wind in Jabu Jabu's belly. Now, one of the improvements that's been made to the randomizer is you have separate locations for child and adult with Ferora's Wind. So you can have one set for adult and one set for child and not have to worry about overwriting them. I believe we can also say with some degree of certainty that we won't be needing to traverse Ganon's castle to find anything important.
Correct.
It's the only way that could be required is if you need the light arrows or something to get the spirit and shadow medallions, but we don't need anything for either of those. Quickly dispatching the first Stalfos in the bow room. And once again, Deku Nuts proving to be the best item in the game. So Master Alex is going to go up Zora's River the old-fashioned way. Looks like it.
There, we've got our last 2 keys. So the next chest will be some sort of item.
Right, Master Alex entering Zora's domain, should be heading to find out what that way the hero item is shortly.
Curiosity did that the hard way, but okay, whatever.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes you don't want a menu. You know what
So
I mean?
I guess it might be muscle memory too. In a way.
Because menuing sucks in general.
Yeah.
It looks like Master Alex is intending to go into Ice Cavern, depending on what we find here.
This room has always been very puzzling to me for some reason.
Oh,
Bad joke there. Anyway.
interesting. The way the hero item has to be down at the bottom. And I can't tell what it is.
How do you get to it? Yeah. Without irons.
Well, I mean, I think like it either has to be long shot or something that leads to it.
Right. So we know it can't be the irons. So this is what I'm saying. You can't have irons blocked.
Well, so much for finishing Water Temple without the iron boots.
Now it is conceivable irons could be in the water. Within those first few chests that you can get with the gold scale anyway.
I don't think any of those are in logic to get. And also Water Temple is foolish.
Yeah, okay. I thought they had adjusted the logic in the latest version to allow for certain things like that. But
Maybe.
But I guess with the settings you play with, they're playing with, and if it's foolish, then you're right on that.
Alright, so Master Alex is going to go ahead and mess with Ice Cavern here. Who knows? We may find vanilla iron boots. Master Alex with the big nut upgrade. Meanwhile, Cariosa will be headed for the boss of Forest Temple, Phantom Ganon. Alright, Master Alex has found a bow. So that is good for Master Alex, as we knew that the other bow was on the other bow was there on that crater fairy. And Master Alex wasn't going back there that soon. But that does mean that if the hammer is the Way of the Hero item for Shadow, it was not Way of the Hero for that bow. So the bow that we just found was in Ice Cavern. And the original bow was on the Crater Fairy. Or the bow that Cariosa found was on the Crater Fairy, which is behind the hammer. And so if the hammer is the Way of the Hero item from Shadow, it's for something else. Now, it could just be that, say, the iron boots are in Shadow Temple a little further along, which would of course also be Way of the Hero. Master Alex doing some, or at least attempting some glitchless jumps here, but opting for a backup ground jump strat. So we know that the thing that Fountain is it's the one at the bottom of the river. It's the bottom of the lake. I don't know what it is. I couldn't see it, but it's probably Longshot or something that leads to it. So yeah, the iron boots are going to be required here, period.
And there's our Requiem. So that'll make Colossus Access a little quicker. At least for Alex.
Sure will.
And it is always possible there could be something in Spirit. Of course, we'd need another strength to get to Adult Spirit at this point.
Cariosa is about to find out what Master Alex already knows, that you're gonna need the iron boots to get whatever the Zora's Fountain Way of the Hero item is. So Master Alex went ahead and set up Feroria's Wind in Ice Cavern to facilitate a return. We also saw that Big Goron, that good old prescription, is not necessary today.
Poor Big Goron.
Yep, he's just gonna have bad eyes for days.
Hmm. And another shield. There's no shortage of shields in this suit. And it looks like Kyrios is about to make the same play. If he can ever climb in that iceberg. There we go. Kyrios.
Alright, so Master Alex looking to go backwards through the wasteland here.
And the Bayhawks is going over to GTG with that bow.
Very well executed reverse wasteland so far.
Yep, it's one thing I've never learned how to do. Lensless.
This is slightly better than the version I know because I have to go to the box.
I end up wandering around for 20 minutes getting nowhere. I could do it forward, but once I try to do it backward, it's like, nope.
Now, this was what I was concerned about going through the wasteland, is trying to follow the poles in the dark. But it looks like we're fine. That wonderful quick spin giving us some illumination. Ah, yes, because Master Alex knows he's going to need to do horseback archery.
And there's the horse, just sitting there waiting. How convenient.
I mean, it's almost like these runners plan ahead for things. You know?
Imagine that.
You never do that in a game. Alright, let's see what Master Alex's archery strats look like. Looks like pot strats.
I like doing pots.
Alright, so the initial 1,000-point run taken care of. Time for some more. Alright, so 6 arrows left, only 310 points left to go. Should be fine.
Yep, we're
And,
good.
yep.
I wonder if we'll see Alex go back into GTG. I mean, we're short of strength, but there's quite a bit more now that we have bow and hookshot that we could do in there.
Looks like a big old nope.
I guess not.
Might get in for Shadow.
That certainly looks like that's what it's going to be. Shadow's required, so I guess it's not a bad play either.
Yeah, maybe hoping desperately that that hammer is not the actual way of the hero item.
Mm-hmm.
Stoltullas, because hitboxes don't matter. Cariosa is going to get the Requiem here, and that's about it. Alright, so Master Alex proceeding through the first part of Shadow pretty nicely. Having to do this because they ended up setting Fury's Wind in Ice Cavern. But it still didn't take that long to get here.
Yeah, but Cariosa got there much quicker.
Yep, and it's now a tie run. Like a basically tied up run again. There you go. Looks like a little bit to the right. There you go. There's just a little piece of the texture on the wall I aim for there. And just like Forest Temple, there are 5 small keys in Shadow, all of which are required. So yeah, Shadow and Forest are basically this, like, supremely, like, monotonous dungeon that you gotta go through.
Yeah. Unlike something like Fire, where as soon as you get your boss key, you could finish it if you needed to.
Alright. Nothing super important in the hint room. And Master Alex now heading to the Gibdos.
Oh, that's a strength upgrade.
Ooh, that is another potential way of the hero item.
Yep.
Does kind of make GTG and Spirit Temple a little more appealing.
So between those two, I think GTG first. But...
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It depends on how you want to get there, right? Because if you're playing Requiem to get out there, then...
Prelude and then quickly hop on Epona? I don't know.
Yeah, that would also work too.
Might be a little quicker, actually, in reverse ways then.
Ladies and gentlemen, simultaneous auto-scrollers, which is just what you want to see in a speedrunning competition.
And Alex is showing us the stand still and keep getting hit strategy.
I have been known to take the boat opportunity to peace out and go hit the restroom real quick.
I stand on the back. If piece.
Yeah.
And they can't touch you. They're back there.
Sometimes they just
Eventually
walk
fall
off.
off. Yeah, exactly. Either way, no matter what you do, the boat takes the same amount of time, so... Love to see different strats there. I still need one more small key. One of these chests will have a key.
Cariosa hit the bridge with the bow on the way in. I think what Master Alex is going to intend to do is, after leaving this area, hit the bridge with an explosion and then jump off.
Lens of truth.
Huh. Well, that is a fun place to find the lens.
Right, which means that
Chest game?
I
think
wouldn't know if lens is logically required in this seed, because logically you would need the lens to get to that point. So
I believe with the settings they use, the only thing that the lens would be required for is Wasteland and Chest Game.
Correct, but technically, technically for Shadow, you're supposed to have the lens available to you to get to those platforms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can understand what you're saying with the settings.
Like, by default, the logic expects that, but I think using the settings they did, the logic ignores it.
Okay. That makes sense then, given its location.
But what's interesting is I think Wasteland Chest... the Wasteland would only be to cross the Wasteland to get to Desert Colossus. Like, the Wasteland chest
Correct.
never requires that.
No,
And
it does not.
Also, we have Requiem, so that doesn't matter either.
Correct.
But I was tempted to check that chest game, just hoping that the Strength 2 and the Hammer are bait.
So we won't see any Bongo Ice Arrow strats today. And both of our runners, simultaneous Bongo fight. How often do you see that?
Not terribly. This is shaping up to be a pretty close race between both of our runners. A very nice quick kill from Master Alex.
Yes, Master Alex one-cycling it, and so does Cariosa. Wow.
Very nice.
Awesome. That was literally a drummer's duel there. Awesome. Don't get to see that every day. So now we have Light Arrow cutscene, which will give us our Ganon's boss key.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we still need the other two stones. So where do you go next is the question. I'm thinking with the strength we just got, I'm thinking GTG. We could finish off GTG now. We have everything we need to full clear it.
Yeah, the Gerudo Training Grounds is definitely a possibility. You could go to Spirit, what with the Mirror Shield being available. Looks like Cariosa has decided to go Child for something.
Maybe Child Spirit?
Be a thing?
Why else would you want to go Child at this point?
Yeah, good point.
Chat says chess game. I suppose
Right,
that's a possibility too. Yep.
And well, with the lens being equipped right now, that does seem like the play. So I guess get your guesses in. For left, right, right, left, whatever.
It's left, right, up, down, A, B, select, start. Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right.
That's my prediction. Good old Konami code.
I'm always a fan here of just the straight left play. Usually what I do when I have no...
Well, you would have lost already.
You are correct.
And you would have lost again.
Hey, just goes to show you, just do the opposite of what I do and you can win races. But not that time.
1 out of 5, not bad.
Master Alex, again, doing the Mido skip despite having the Zarius song. And that is another bomb bag for Cariosa, which we're going to reset out of because nobody wants to walk back out of the chess game. It's garbage. Because for some reason you can't pull out your Ocarina in there.
No. There are glitches we can do in there, but those are not allowed in this set, so... Not in the roll set.
Okie dokie.
Looks like Alex is doing Forest, I guess.
Cariosa is doing Spirit.
Alright.
So yeah, the Cariosa is in fact ahead an entire Spirit Temple, which again takes a hot minute to clear.
You mean Forest?
That's what I meant to say.
Okay. Forest, Spirit of the Forest, same thing, yep. That was Zelda's Lullaby in quadruple time, yay. Ooh,
Glorious.
Mr. Ice Trap, yay. Love to see that.
Alright, so depending on what we have on the right side here, we may see Cariosa continue, or we may see a return to child. Or some other play. Alright, so we are key locked out.
Yep.
Key locked out of the adult side of Spirit
That's
Temple.
correct. So that means we'll have at least 3 keys in child side somewhere.
Though I expect once Cariosa finds the first one, probably just head back to adult at that point.
Mm.
Cariosa is gonna run out of here to do something.
Yeah, Karios is doing something. The question is what? Sun's didn't do Little Richard yet? Maybe?
I'm pretty sure Richard happened.
No, had the Zora tunic, so not doing Richard.
Wait, was it Alex that did the chess game earlier? No. Oh wait,
No.
are we buying bomb shoes? Is that what we're doing?
I guess so.
Okay.
Because we don't have slingshot, and we need bomb shoes to get the bridge to fall down in that
Yeah,
one
that'll
room.
do it.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, well that makes sense now then.
Gonna need the Deku Nuts here to stun the keys so that we can beat them. We need a jump slash here or better to deal with the Armos. So now we'll get the chews that we need to deal with this scenario. So on basically the second flash there, dropping the chew. There's the first key.
Number one. Now there had to be at least one. We're not going
And
to go
we will,
much further in this dungeon.
We will, of course, see the second chest opened, just because there's no other way to get to this one.
Right.
And after that, I feel like we'd probably just head back to adult side.
Right.
Alright, so Spirit Temple, off we go.
Alex is making progress through Forest. Forest is one of those very slow, long dungeons. You just can't do anything else.
Yep, it's just, a good old block of 20 minutes or so that you just have to add to your time.
Pretty much.
Alright, time to push a mirror and avoid a floor master.
Boss key. Early boss. Relatively.
A
And
wallet.
that would be a wallet upgrade.
Ariosa does not yet own a Goron tunic. Didn't get the one that Alex got off of the lab. So that could put some of that Fire Temple in logic, at least for Cariosa. Yet another key in the map chest there.
Kind of a necessary key for further progress.
And we're expecting at least one more key in this room. Or the room above. You know, the rooms that the child can access. Alright, there's some filling for that wallet we just picked up. And there's that key. Alright, so now Cariosa is going to head into this room. He's going to set Ferrari's Wind, interestingly enough. Now, did not have the magic to light all the torches in that room. Looked like. After using Ferrari's Wind was the problem. Oh, I think I know what's going to happen here. Oh, never mind. I stand corrected. Looks like Cariosa is just going to sort of abandon that chest for now. There is a little bit of magic further on in. Like you can kill the things. But what I was thinking is he was going to go out to the fairy fountain. So we're pretty sure that the long shot is at the bottom of the ice. Or the bottom of the lake. Icy lake. Or at least something that leads to it. Is at the bottom of the icy lake. Because of the Zora's Fountain Way of the Hero situation.
Alright, we're done on keys now in this temple. We have everything we need. Nice ice trap. That'll get you in your spirits, good spirits. Alright, that was a poor attempt at a joke.
Yep.
Well, spirit not too helpful.
Yep. Not interested in trying to clear out the rest of it. Looks like.
Not.
And yes, for those of us uninitiated to the whole thing, the randomized nature of this game means all the items that are placed all over the place could be just about anywhere. We do keep the keys within their dungeons so far, that sort of thing. There is a way to turn that off, but there is a certain point at which we want this to not take 8 years to finish. So right now we're basically looking for the iron boots so that we can get back to the Zora's Fountain and get what's there, which we think might be the long shot, but I wasn't able to actually catch a glimpse of it. Alright, so looks like Cariosa might just be going for fire here.
Certainly looks that way. Which again, I'm more in the finish out GTG first. But, if irons are in deep fire, then Karios is going to be making a very good fight. The chat is right. Logically, given you have all the items to finish GTG, it's probably faster to do than fire. Whatever. And we've seen the hints, chat, for 30, 40, and 50 skulls. We still don't know what's on the 20 item yet. Imagine if that's irons, wouldn't that be funny?
There's some of that magic that Cariosa needed a while back.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Master Alex finishing off Forest Temple as well. See where Master Alex decides to go after this. Ooh, Cariosa is suffering from a bit of an unfortunate play here. Using Big Goron sword on this guy. So I guess it's not that big a deal. Thing is, the Flare Dancer here is the one other enemy in the game that has the same damage table as Ganon. And so the Master Sword deals more damage to it than Big Goron sword. I mean, it was like a split-second difference per cycle, basically. Because you'd have to hit it twice. Alright, there's
early
the boss.
Sure. So do you keep going and fire? I guess not. Going straight to the boss.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to keep going in fire, you can just jump right back in when you're done here.
Yeah, because this light medallion is definitely something everybody should have. The only medallion that's totally useless.
Yeah. But I mean, there's still an item on the boss. There is something Quick checking. And if you know the quick kill strat, it's not slow. It does look like Cariosa knows the quick kill strat.
Definitely.
Ooh. Slight miss on the 7th bomb there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're going to take another cycle here, but... Fortunately, Curios has enough heart containers that not a big deal.
And there we go.
That's DED dead. You're right, there was an item. It was a small key.
Yep. And it's very possible that you needed that small key to continue.
Oh, yeah? Certainly within logic.
And yep, Carios is heading right back in. Master Alex checking the chest game again.
Yep. Well, not again. Master Alex is checking it the first time.
And Cariosa is out of here. As those were, in fact, the iron boots. Just slightly further into fire. So I would not call this a deep fire seed.
No. Alright, so now we're gonna go get our long shot or whatever that item is.
I can't imagine any scenario in which it's not the actual long shot. I mean, it could be like strength 3, which would be dumb, but...
Yeah. That's exactly where we're going, I think.
Like, what else could it be? I mean, it could be like slingshot for the Lost Woods thing. It could be boomerang for Jabu stuff, but I
Oh
don't
god,
think...
that would be horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way of the hero items are limited. And if it's strength, that means we have to go check the fairy fountain in Ganon's castle area. So.
If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably just the long shot. Well, it looks like Master Alex might be going for the GTG play, which at this point we know is not great.
Nope.
Ariosa going for hover strats.
And chat's trying to come up with doomsday scenarios. It's pretty funny.
Why do you hate our runners so much, chat? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, let's not make this seed any longer than it needs to be, please. I don't feel like commentating until 7:30 tonight, so.
Alright, Cariosa falling down. Oh yeah, that's definitely the long shot.
Yes, it does appear to be that.
Alright, so that's gonna do it. Go mode achieved.
Yep.
Yeah. And for those of you wondering why that's go mode, again, the settings for the SpeedGaming Live qualifiers, at least, are stone bridge requirements. So the stones are what we're looking for, plus vanilla boss key on light arrow cutscenes. So the required dungeons here are going to be the ones with the shadow medallion, the spirit medallion, and the 3 spiritual stones. And so Water Temple being the final Goron Ruby stone. Oh, there's Strength 3.
It was bow locked in GTG. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, so anyway.
That should also, I mean, basically, if Master Alex sees that, yeah. So he just figured it out. The significance of that is that the item in question is not the strength upgrade is not going to be the way the hero item from Shadow, unless it's exactly Ganon's Castle Fairy, which he's going to check right now. So I approve this message.
In Water Temple, we're basically just looking for the boss key.
Yep.
And then we're done. That's all we need. So, we're gonna dig chests out until we find that boss key, and then we'll rush the boss. And then it's off to Ganon's Castle. So we could be looking at, the seed being finished within half hour, I'd say. The Cariosa.
Oh yeah, Cariosa could finish this in. Depending
on where that boss key is.
Yeah, you find the boss key. I mean, once you get to Ganon's Castle, it's like 6-7 minutes like that, tops. Yeah. So, I would say sub 3 probably. Unless this boss key is just extra trolly.
No, that's a pretty good guess. As a matter of fact, I'm going to predict now that Cariosa is going to finish with a time of 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 24 seconds. That's my prediction. Let's see how close I am. Another small key. Alright. Small keys are not a very big thing in this dungeon. It wasn't intended to be a joke.
Alrighty. Cariosa now taking that, heading toward the boss door. Gonna deal with this pretty soon. Hopefully we'll see a quick... See a pretty quick fight here on Cariosa's side.
Yeah, once you get more full in the corner, it's just a couple of quick slashes there and done.
There we go. Oof.
Uh-oh. That hurt.
Meanwhile,
Nothing
Master
worse than getting hit by a giant bacteria.
Yep.
Ooh, there's our
Now.
magic 2 in GTG. Okay. Nice fight there on Cariosa's side.
So, I have to be the pedantic person in the room here. Because I think, don't hold me to this, I could be wrong, but I think Morpho's description says parasitic aquatic amoeba. And an amoeba is a protist, because it has a nucleus.
A what?
Anyway, I'm bad.
Protist? As in somebody that doesn't like a specific policy and they protest it?
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Anyways, that was just me being dumb for no reason.
Anyway, Cariosa is going to make a beeline there for Ganon's Castle now.
Yep, should be done pretty
quickly. Yep, just basically you got your key, you got your bridge unlocked. You just climb up and do the fights. Not that hard.
Alright, so maybe Master Alex will be heading for fire soon.
Right, let's hope. Alex is running out of plays, so... As a matter of fact, it looks like that might be where Alex is heading right now. And of course, Link has to check the bridge to make sure it's solid. Yep, it's solid. There. Cross it.
It's like, I've never actually tried stepping on solidified light.
Mm-hmm. Even though I've only played this game 1,000 times before.
Alright, so Alex is gonna try the Crater Fairy first. We know that's just gonna be a bow, but at least it's gonna fill up the quiver.
Correct.
Right now he's sitting on 7.
And chat saying it's probably too late for Alex to catch up. Yes, we know that Karios is going to finish before Alex, but also chat, keep in mind that these are not the only runners in this race. They're just featured on the restream, but there are several other participants as well. You do have to bear that in mind. Gonna take out some Knuckles here, and then off to our cannon fight.
Yeah. The way you take out Knuckles is you sneak up on their tails. Anyway. Yeah, with sonic speed, exactly.
Okay, so chat was asking how the qualifiers are working. So basically, they get points depending on the place they finish, and the points will determine who goes into the brackets in the tournament. I believe it's 16 players they're limiting it to, so they go through multiple qualifiers, and whoever gets the top 16 points or something like that is the way it's
So the
go.
bracket actually has lots and lots of space. There's up to 80 people that can be in the bracket. But mainly these qualifiers are for seeding within the brackets. So the people who are placed highly within the bracket will get seeding. If there were going to be a full complement of 80 runners, then this might be used to select people who would make the bracket. But to be honest, it does not look like that's going to fill up. So if you want to be a part of this tournament, you can sign up for it and maybe not even have to do the qualifiers and still get into it.
Yes, so, there's still plenty of time, and we're only about halfway through the qualifiers at this point. So
I think there's like 6 left after this.
Something like that. Yeehaw!
Yeah, the main tournament will take place the week of November 7th through 12th. Actually, I guess this isn't brackets. I guess the bracket doesn't have 80 because there's a group stage beforehand. But you'll be making, like, the group stage will take place during that week, and then the actual matches for the bracket will take place over the weekend. And so there's going to be a lot of randomizer for Ocarina of Time crammed into a very short amount of time.
Yes, it's definitely something to look forward to. Karios is going to finish up here in about a minute or so. Not that long at all. Hopefully Karios will join us here for some questions and answer session.
Yeah, we'll see
when finishing.
That is time for Cariosa. Official time of 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 24 seconds. Congratulations.
Wow, Cariosa. That's exactly what I predicted. Amazing. How did that happen?
I don't know. Maybe it's because they're on a delay.
Maybe I should go buy a lottery ticket because I'm very good at predicting a time down to the exact second. Rich GG's in chat for Karios.
We will see if Cariosa decides to join us here in the interview booth.
Alex is only a few minutes behind at this point. So
he should be picking up the iron boots rather soon, which will lead him directly to the long shot, and that will lead him directly to Water Temple,
which he will finish pretty quickly, within a couple of minutes. Yep.
And there's Master Alex's iron boots. He's obviously not happy about that.
Yep.
And
but he did have that FW set, so that was a good thing.
Set way, way back when.
Yep.
So this will be a quick retrieval of the long shot, and then another quick song to get to Water Temple.
That's correct.
So Cariosa's finish time was good enough for 5th place overall in this qualifier race. First place went to Keizo Bro with a 2:37.19. So, finishing within 20 minutes of first place is pretty good in one of these races, I would say. Second and third place were Elegatua and Hell Knight 86 with a 2:48.41 and a 2:48.55. So 14 seconds separating those runners. And then Zephyr coming in at 2:49.46, so just less than a minute behind Hell Knight. So all three of those runners finishing very close to each other, and then Cariosa coming in about 5 minutes behind those. So again,
correct.
Really close races here.
And now Alex is going into Water Temple, and will be getting that boss key pretty quickly, hopefully. And now we expect Alex to probably be finished within the next 10 minutes or so.
Fire Temple Go mode setting sounds about right. So Master Alex is doing a play that I kind of like to do when I have the long shot, which is coming over here and setting Ferori's Wind, so that once you find the boss key, you can immediately piece the heck out.
That is very smart. And then you don't have to re-raise water levels or get Scarecrow Song or anything like that. So.
Mm-hmm. And so Alex is going to be going for the first water level area first. Some people go for the compass chest first. Depending on how things are going, I kind of like saving the compass chest for when the water level's down, so I don't have to deal with those stupid stingers.
Yeah. I hear you on that.
If you're good at dealing with them, then it's probably a little faster to do it first. But who knows? I sure don't. All right, Master Alex, go ahead and.
I was going to say we don't currently have any audio, in case Chad is wondering, because Alex is not streaming audio. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to listen to some silence while we wait.
Yep, we'll just try to
exactly.
keep you apprised of the action and make sure that we're not sitting on dead air too much.
Correct. We'll give you a play-by-play. How does the Water Temple music go? There. We'll do our own. We'll do our own music soundtrack.
Anyway,
Okay. So, entertainment provided to you by Master Link and the Doctor. Anyway.
Now I think we need a radio morning show with Master Link in the Dock.
Oh God.
There's that boss key, and Master Alex is heading right to Morpha.
Yep.
Ah, yes, there.
That's correct.
When there's no audio from the runners, there is some sort of background music playing. That's the great thing about the speed gaming setup. It's very automated.
Yeah.
Master Alex doing a masterful job of dealing with Morpha in a short period of time. And
This is true.
Done here pretty quick. Time to go bust up a pig in the face.
That's cruelty to animals.
This animal deserves a little cruelty.
I would agree on that. Now, I do want a pork sandwich every now and then. Shoot the sun! No, don't do it.
I mean, if I were Master Alex, I might be tempted to, just for the memes, but...
Yeah. But at this point in the race, you just want to finish quickly as possible.
All right, just a quick trip over to Ganon's castle, and then we'll just climb up and defeat ourselves a pig. Get about a 6 or 7 minute trip, depending on how fast you are.
And Link checking to make sure the bridge is solid again. Apparently, he wasn't watching Cariosa's stream.
Well, Link knows not to stream snipe. That's the rule.
It's not twitch.hyrule.com. Anyway.
All right, first we've got the Dinalfos here.
Now you gotta kill a Keese first. No, that's the most important thing.
Couple of spins there, and we are done with that.
Call that the Jurassic Park room.
Nice. I like it.
True.
Can we call that strat where you use the spin, the Jurassic spin? Can we do that?
Sure. Go ahead.
I like that.
I don't mind.
Really quick dispatching of these Stalfos. As we head to the Iron Knuckles.
The Knuckles. We call them.
Silly English Knuckles.
Yes. And I did send a message to Cariosa about an interview and never heard back. So.
Yeah, that's one of the things about. Yeah. So another thing about the speed gaming setup is when you mark someone as done, they're usually hit with a message.
Usually.
Discord. Not always, but it's another great feature of the setup here. Shout outs to the Speed Gaming tech team, probably Feasel, for putting that together.
Yeah, we got a nice bunch of automation going here. You almost couldn't screw it up if you tried. I say almost.
Right, so Master Alex.
Yep. See if you can get the one cycle here.
Ooh, almost.
Not quite.
Got a little bit delayed there.
Mm-hmm. Literally missed that by like a frame. Uh-oh. That hurt.
Oh, and Ganon's doing his big charge-up attack, which, as a casual runner, as a child, I thought, oh, well, this is obviously meant to be spun back at him. And it is.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out
But you can't
shoot him with the light arrows while he's doing it.
Yep. Basically, I say, oh, it's the opportunity to hit him. So.
Master Alex.
Wow, on Alex's side, both Zora tunic and Kakiri tunic were yellow. Interesting. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just an observation.
Yep. And he did pick up the Goron tunic, of course.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ganon. You're going to get what's coming to you. And then we'll see. I just saw Cariosa kill you, and now Alex is going to kill you too.
Yep. Welcome
Double
to
kill. Double kill. Okay. Anyone know that reference?
Papa Bell's Ganon and D.
No.
Sorry.
Double kill. Come on, who knows that reference?
All right. So Master Sword acquired once again into Phase 2. With just a little bit more smacking around. Oh, you're not supposed to let him smack you around. There we go. And one hit to the face and we will be done.
We will. So if Zelda can just shoot light out of her hands, what's the point of having light arrows?
And that is going to do it with an official time of 3 hours, 9 minutes, and 14 seconds for Master Alex.
Correct. We'll see if Alex wants to come in and chat with us. GG to Alex.
Yep. And Alex, again, is finishing in 6th place here, and that actually is going to be the last person to finish in the race. There were 2 other people who started the race but did not finish. But again, the points that you gain, they're not based on your placement in the race, but they're based on your time with respect to the top 3. So,
Right.
you take the average of the top 3 times, subtract yours, and do some math to get some points. And ideally, we should have been able to send an invite to Master Alex, unless the bot is having issues.
Yeah. Let's see if he responded. And again, chat, if you liked our streamers today, you'd like to give them a follow. Tracking for us today were Bright Beginner and Prince Sidon.
Yeah,
I'm
very
Master Link, and Dr. Bobtastic is my co-commentator.
Yeah, very big shout outs to our trackers who actually, keep track of things and can pay attention better than I can.
It's true. They've got the hard job. So definitely. We just sit and yap for 3 hours, but they're really the ones that have to, when we see the tablet and it says, here's where all the dungeons are, they have to pay attention to that. They have to pay attention to the songs, the items, where and when they're picked up. So it's a really tough job. I've done it, but I prefer commentary. Much easier. Let's do it this way. Here. Yeah.
Still waiting on.
Yeah, I just sent the link to Alex. Because for some reason the bot wasn't working today. That's the thing about bots. They don't always work.
Yep. Well, here we go. And we are now joined by Master Alex. Congratulations on finishing that dumpster fire of a seed.
Oh, thank you.
So, there were some plays in there that I really liked from you.
Oh,
like-
there were plays for me I didn't like, so I'm glad that we can have both plays.
Yeah, I really liked, setting the Ferroy's Wind and Ice Cavern for when you needed it later to come back.
Yeah,
That was a really solid play.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when I was gonna get the arm boots, and obviously having Frost there meant I couldn't do Shadow Temple as efficient as I wanted. So I guess there were some pros and cons, but yeah. But yeah, that was nice when I found it. I could just go back straight away.
Yeah, Shadow Temple turning out to be kind of a
treasure chest
important
of
thing.
opportunities. Yeah.
Oh, so another thing that was probably my favorite thing you did was as soon as you found the gold gauntlets in GTG, you were like, nope, and went to the Gen's Castle Ferry, because at that point you knew that the strength in Shadow couldn't have been the way of the hero, right?
Yeah.
Unless it was
for strength
exactly
3,
for
strength
that.
3. Yeah. So I kind of wanted to check. Shadow Temple having 3 items made it a bit awkward, as kind of had to guess and check everything until you found what you were looking for. So having the hammer was already in GTG. I kind of figured I had to see if there was something on the Hammerlock chest in GTG, which was a key. So I guess full clearing is required, but no, nothing.
Another bait thing. Earlier in the seed, Kari, found the hammer there and decided to go to the ferry in
Oh yeah, and the deep
Castle.
sea ferry. Yeah.
MC Ferry, and found a bow there and was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, that could just be the way of the hero." And so it took a while to get back to fire as well.
Yep.
That.
Yeah, I'd already seen the bow in ice, so I kind of guess that was a bit lucky on my part, since I knew that whatever Shadow was looking could have been a hook shot, not hook shot, slingshot. I never found a slingshot, so that could have
No,
been way of the hero for Decatry. So I was a bit worried, but thankfully it wasn't. So well,
neither of you found the slingshot, and
Nothing. Oh,
But-
you know what? I bet that's what's actually there, because the iron boots and fire weren't really behind the hammer.
oh, it
no,
was.
they weren't.
You needed the keys.
Oh yeah.
but,
You need the keys. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're right. I'm a
There was
dumb.
only boss key in the only one, so you
Well,
kind of had to.
Yeah.
beat all
Oh
the
right,
way,
but you
obviously.
can't beat the boss without the hammer.
Yeah.
Duh.
So
Sorry, I had a dumb.
yeah.
Oh, slingshot and composer grave apparently.
Ah, that's where it was. Okay, if I'd seen that, then
Yeah,
wouldn't have changed anything actually.
no, it wouldn't have. You both had already done Deku at that point, and neither of you did that check, so.
Yeah, I kind of guess I could have skipped some skulls and etc. since I knew that wasn't relevant. So, but yeah.
Well, the 10 skulls was pretty relevant.
Yeah, and I blanked on 10 skulls, so skulls in its entirety was a thing in the game. In my mind, after seeing Kek Wave the hero, full clearing everything, and it's like, okay, I need a bow. It's bow archery. I mean, bow adult shooting in Kek. It wasn't until the very end, like 1.5 hour, I was like, oh yeah, skulls is a thing. Oops. So that was kind of dumb of me. Everything after that was kind of linear and quite straightforward. You could just follow your hints and you could find everything quite easily. But yeah, sometimes
So,
Sometimes
about the
happens.
hints, you guys read them so quickly. Is there any trick to reading them that quick? Like,
yes and no. Well,
I mean-
so the hints have a certain set of like. If you see like a hint with 3 lines, you know it's Flare Dancer and Fire, for instance. Or if you see, like we saw in this one, Fire Temple Pierre, then that's only 2 lines. So there's some way to deviate between the hints. And also you see like the colors on the Way of the Heroes and Barons, it's different. So there are some tricks to it.
Yeah, and the real trick is just to read only the colored text and
Yeah.
skip over everything else, because that's the only
Yeah.
part that's
And
relevant.
you kind of know where, like, you know that the hint always starts with the same sentence, so you kind of know where to focus on the text and just read just that 2 words or 3 words and then move on.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything else you'd like to say about this particular seed before we wrap it up here?
Not really. I found this was the first SGL qualifier I've done. I haven't tried these settings before. I mean, Stonebridge is kind of similar to the regular standing settings that I'm used to, but it's a nice with some deviations to the regular rule set. And the seed was not too bad. I found it quite funny. Unfortunately, I was a dingus and forgetting skulls is a thing, but hey, that happens sometimes. So the rest of the seed was kind of nice. Oh, did you see a boomerang, by the way?
Nope.
Nobody found boomerang.
No, okay. Yeah.
Probably in Ganon's castle somewhere.
Yeah, Gans or Spirit or something. Yeah.
We saw Spirit.
We saw a lot of spirit from Cariosa. Not all of it, but a good
okay.
portion.
Oh, did it go in with Choose, I guess?
Yeah.
Child?
Yeah, he had to get a chew, buy a chew, because
Yep.
he didn't have to do that
Yep.
one room. Yep.
Yeah, he was confusing us for a bit there, and then he walked into the bomb chew shop, and we're like, oh, right, that's a thing you could do.
Was
Yeah,
that an early play on or later in the end?
that was pretty late in the game. Let's see.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it was easily after 2 hours.
Okay. Was probably
Alright.
looking for irons then. Not sure if he'd already figured
Yeah,
out
he was
what
looking
he-
for
Yeah,
irons.
he was looking for him. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks,
Thanks for
Alex,
the stream.
again for having us, for coming on with us.
Yep. Likewise.
And once again, I want to thank everybody here for watching our presentation here on Speed Gaming. Once again, I want to thank the trackers, Prince Sidon and Beginner, for Bright Beginner, for keeping up with the items, and of course, my co-commentator, Master Link. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you to you too as well, and I'd like to thank both our runners again for giving us an entertaining show. And chat for sticking with us.
And again, we've got several of these qualifiers still coming up over the course of the next week or so. Let me have a look real quick at the schedule.
All right, I'm gonna jump off, but thanks for the research, guys. It was
Thank you.
fascinating.
I'm gonna head out as well, so that's
Looks like we've got 7 more qualifiers over the course of the next 2 weeks: Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. So they're all real consistent. And we will all see you for some of those later on. And if you're interested in joining those qualifiers, make sure to join up with the SG Live Discord and the events schedule there and check those out. There's plenty more to see here on Speed Gaming as well. But with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here today. Anything else you want to say, Master Link?
Nope, I think you covered it pretty well. The links for the events and schedule are right there in chat if you scroll up a few lines. So feel free to check those out. And again, I'd like to say thank you to everyone. And this is Master Link signing off.
And I'm Dr. Bobtastic. I will see you all at a later occasion. Goodbye, everybody.